Now, so in the last session, we have discussed about the concept of objects, and along with that, we have discussed about the concept of tabs. Now, today we are going to discuss about the concept of fields. So, what exactly a field? What it describes? What type of fields are there in Salesforce? And what are the limitations upon creating the fields? And what are the various data types as being given by Salesforce which needs to be used upon creating the fields? And then how to create the fields in our objects we will discuss. Now, so in the last session, we have discussed about the concept of objects. So what do you mean by object? Object is nothing but a custom table. Object is nothing but a table. Object represents a table inside the database.com. Upon creating an object, Salesforce is creating a table inside the database.com. Now, generally, a table contains what? Some set of columns, some set of rows. Now, which will be the first, rows or the columns? First of all, we have to define the columns. Nothing but what columns should be there inside my table. Now, in this case, that columns in the table is called as fields. The columns is nothing but the fields. Just the difference of the terminology, that's it, nothing else. Everybody is aware of that. A table contains some set of rows and columns. That columns is referred as fields inside the Salesforce. Now, inside this object, we can have some fields. Nothing but fields in the sense these are the columns. Fields are nothing but the columns inside the table. That's it, the difference. Now, in this case, when coming to a table, how many columns can we have? Only one or multiple? Multiple we can have. Like for example, I'm having a table. So assume that this is an employee table. So inside this table, I would like to have some columns, like as some employee ID column and some name column and some salary column and some age column. Like that here, not only one column, we can have multiple columns inside the table itself. Now here in this case, when coming to these columns, we have two types of columns are there. Nothing but two types of fields are there in Salesforce. Field represents a column inside the table. Okay, field represents a column inside the table. Table means what? Object. So that field represents a column inside the object. That may be standard object, that may be custom object, whatever. Nothing but the table may be given by the Salesforce, the table may be created by yourself, whatever. Every table, that is also table, that's it. It may be ready-made, it may be your own. If it is a table, it will be having some columns, that's it. So in this case, when coming to this field represents a column inside the object. So now when coming to the Salesforce, okay, when coming to the Salesforce, in order to store the application specific data, in order to store the application specific data or the organization specific data, we can have one or more fields inside a object. Inside an object, we can have one or more number of fields. Like based on my requirement, inside my employee table, I would like to have some employee ID column, name column, salary column, age column, gender column, PAN number column, phone number column, address column. Like that, I would like to have some columns. This is related to my application. Like for example, I'm having my banking customers. At that time, the customer ID, the customer name, and the available balance, how much balance is available in his account, whether this account is active or not. Like that, I would like to store some different values. So in order to store the application specific data or the organization specific data, we can have one or more fields inside an object. Not only one, multiple fields also we can have inside an object. So now in this case, when coming to these fields, we have two types of fields are there in Salesforce. We have two types of fields in Salesforce. The first one is the standard fields. Second one is the custom fields. So these are the two types of fields are there. Standard field means what? Standard means what? Ready-made. Nothing but ready-made fields. Now, what are the ready-made fields are available? I think everybody is aware of that. So now, whenever I'm creating an object, okay, whenever I'm creating an object in Salesforce, like it may be customer, it may be anything, position, whatever, we have created the objects in the previous session. Whenever I'm creating an object inside that Salesforce by using some name, some customer, it will create a customer table. In this customer table, what fields are available? By default, we have discussed about that. Salesforce is providing 5 fields. When you go back to that, it will be giving that information to you. Whenever we are creating an object, by default, Salesforce is providing the 5 fields to you over there. Like as what are those 5 fields over here? You will be having the ID field, you will be having the name field, you will be having the owner field, and the created by, and the last modified by. Okay, last modified by. So these are the 5 fields are available by default. So now whatever the fields has been given by the Salesforce by default upon creating an object, then these are called as standard fields. Standard fields are nothing but the ready-made fields which has been given by the Salesforce for each object. So whenever I'm creating an object, these fields are ready-madely available to me. Okay, these fields are ready-madely available to me. Now here in this case, in the entry point of view, they will raise a question. So now I don't want this field. Can I remove these fields? Inside my table, as per my business requirement, as per my application requirement, I don't want these fields. I want something else. Some different fields I want. Then can I remove this one? No. When coming to the standard fields, we can able to customize the standard fields. We can customize the standard fields based on the need, but we can't remove the standard fields from the object. So whatever the standard fields are there, we can customize. Customizing in the sense what? If you want to change the labels, then you can change. Or if you don't want to use this field, then just we can hide it. That's it. Nothing but we can hide it. But we can't remove that. Okay, but we can't remove these fields from the user interface. From your object, we can't remove these fields. That flexibility is not there. Standard fields can be customizable, but we can't remove the standard fields from the object. That will be the fixed. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, you can hide it. That's it. Just you can hide it. Nothing but no need to make it visible on the user interface. But we can't remove standard fields from the object. But in some case, when coming to the Salesforce, these are not only the object I want to store some more data also. Related to my customer, so now I would like to store some PAN number, his phone number, his email ID, his address. Like that, I want to store some more information also. But in this case, what we can do, whatever the standard fields given by the Salesforce to me by default, these standard fields are not sufficient. These are not suitable. I want some more. Okay, I want some more. So can I create any more fields? Yes, that possibility is available here. Now, by using this custom fields option, nothing but by using this custom fields option, the developer of the Salesforce or the Salesforce administrator person can create their own fields based on the application requirement. Based on the application requirement, in order to store your application specific data, we can create our own fields also. That flexibility is available. So whatever the fields has been created by the developer or the administrator, those fields are called as custom fields. Nothing but we are creating our own columns inside the table. So these are not only the columns ID, name, owner, created by, last modified. But these fields are not sufficient for me. I want to store some more information. Like as I want to store the location of my customer, his PAN number of my customer, phone number of my customer, address of my customer, email ID of my customer, fax number of my customer, everything I would like to store. In this case, in order to store your application specific data, we can create our own fields also inside an object. That flexibility is available to you. So for that here, we can create our own fields. But creating the field means what? Creating the column. Then who can create this? Anybody can create that? No. Only the administrator person or the developer persons can have the rights to create this custom field. The remaining people, like as my partners, my end users, my business people, my employees, everybody can access that field. That's it. The other people just they can able to use that features, but they can't create any custom fields. The fields can be created by either developer or the administrator. Nothing but we are the persons. We are having the rights to create that fields and objects, everything. But the other people can use that. Now, in this case, when coming to that custom fields should be get created by the developer or the administrator. Now, in this case, how many fields, custom fields we can have? So what is the governor limit in this case? In this case, in free developer edition, each object can have maximum of 500 custom fields. In unlimited edition, an object can have maximum of 800 custom fields. So if it is a free developer edition, each object can have standard fields as it is, and along with that, it can able to have maximum of 500 custom fields per object. Nothing but per table, we can create maximum of 500 custom fields. Nothing but custom columns we can have. Standard fields are as it is. Standard fields will be there, but it won't count that standard fields. It will count only the fields which you have created. So your custom fields will be counted then in a single table, we can have maximum of 500 custom fields. So here we are having that limitation over here. So now, when you go to the normal database, like as Oracle or the SQL Server, don't we have the limitation inside the table for the number of columns? Yes, there also we are having some limitation. Like when you go to the normal database, it may be Oracle, it may be SQL Server, each table can have maximum of 1024 columns, not more than that. Even database won't support to create more than 1024 columns. Like the similar way here also, Salesforce has given some limitations to you upon creating the fields inside an object. For that here, in a single object, we can have maximum of 500 custom fields in a free developer edition. If it is an unlimited edition, then we will be having that 800 custom fields per an object. Standard fields are as it is, and along with that 800 custom fields we can create per object in unlimited edition. So now here in this case, how can we see the fields information? Assume that I have an object. Object means a table. Then how do you know what fields are available inside the table? How can we know? For example, when you go to the normal database, it may be Oracle, it may be SQL Server. If you want to see the table structure, nothing but the columns inside the table, then we are using a command called as describe. Simply describe command. Describe space table name. What table information that you want to describe, nothing but to see. So it will list out all the column names available inside the table. Like the similar way, do we have any option to see the columns available inside my table in Salesforce? Yes. So now we are having that option here. We can list out the fields. We can see the fields in the two ways. For that here, we are having the two ways are available. One is the standard navigation. Second one is the force.com quick access menu. These are the two ways are available in order to see the fields information. Then how can we see the fields information here? For example, I'm having an account object. So now for this account object, it is having some fields are there. Then I want to know the fields available inside my account object, nothing but what columns are there in the account table. So in this case, how can we see that? So what is the navigation process? Now let's see here. If you want to see the fields information of the standard object, then we can use this navigation process. Like go to the setup, go to the build menu in the left panel, click on customize, click on accounts and expand it, and then click on fields link. So this is the navigation process so that we can able to see the fields available inside this. Inside that, you will be having the two sections are available. Standard fields section. Second one is the custom fields section. Nothing but Salesforce is going to be differentiating that. What ready-made fields Salesforce has given to you, what custom fields that you have created inside this object. Now tell me in this case, custom fields can be applicable only for the custom objects? No. Custom columns can be applicable for the standard objects also. Salesforce has given some ready-made objects to you, like as account, contact, opportunity, lead, case. So many objects so Salesforce has given to you that each object is nothing but a table. Now inside that table, can I create some more columns? Yes, we can create. Because that already we have discussed in our initial concept, Salesforce is not only offering the CRM, Salesforce is offering the platform also, that is Force.com platform. Through that Force.com platform, we can customize the existing Salesforce CRM application functionality, or We can leverage nothing but we can able to extend that Salesforce CRM functionality by adding some more. At that time, in order to leverage the functionality, in order to extend the functionality, in order to add some more functionality to your Salesforce application, we can able to add some more columns inside those tables also. That flexibility is available to you. That flexibility is available. Now, now here in this case, when coming to this custom fields, so now custom fields are not only for the custom objects, these can be applicable for standard objects also. Every object, simple concept, every object, it may be standard, it may be custom. Every object will be having both standard fields, custom fields. Some ready-made column, some our own columns also. Both will be available for each and every object, irrespective of that object. It may be standard, it may be custom. Now, in this case, how can we list out that fields? Let's see. I want to go to that account object fields. Click on setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Go to the build. Click on customize because account is a standard one. So that click on customize. Click on accounts and expand it. Click on fields. When you click on fields link, it is populating all the fields to you. Like as account standard field, there is a separate section which is listing out all the standard fields of that account, nothing but which has been given by the Salesforce by default. Now you can see all these standard fields like as account name, account number, owner, site, account source, annual revenue, billing address, clean status, created by, DNB company, data.com key, description, employees, facts, industry, last modified by like that. These are the standard fields. When you come down, you will be having that custom fields also, like account custom fields and the relationships. In this section, you will be having some set of custom fields over here. You will be having some set of custom fields available inside this. So this is the way we can able to see that fields. Now in this case, you can raise a question. For example, today my client asked me to create one custom field. So based on that client need, I have created that. Then after 1 year, if the client asks me to remove this field, can I remove that? Who has created this field? Myself. Whenever you are creating anything new by yourself, then you will be the owner. As the owner, you will be having full rights on that. You can do whatever you want. You can create. You can destroy. Nothing but we can remove. Whatever the things that we have created that we can destroy, we can remove that because we are the owners. We are the, this is belongs to myself. I can do whatever I want as the owner of that property. As the owner of the field, I can do everything. That flexibility is there. So in this case, whatever the custom fields that we have created, we can customize these custom fields in future as well as we can remove these custom fields also if it is not required for you in future. That flexibility is there. Now, in this case here. So when coming to the fields, this is the standard navigation. The second one, let's see the first .com quick access menu. Now just click on the required objects tab. What object fields you want to see so that you can specify, you can click on that tab name. For example, I want to see the fields of my position object here, which we have created in the past. So that the tab name is positions. And then expand the first.com quick access menu. Expand the first.com quick access menu. Once you got expand that first.com quick access menu, then click on view fields link. Click on view fields link. Then it will be listing out all the fields to you. Whatever the fields are available inside this object, it may be standard, it may be custom, both will be getting visible to you over here. So this is a way we are going to be listing out the fields available inside that, like as a describe command when coming to your databases. If you want to see what columns are there in each table or in each object, then this is a navigation process. We have to see that. Now let's see here. Go with this navigation process. So now on top of my tab bar, I'm having that positions tab. Now if you want to see that positions tab, the position object fields, then simply click on that positions tab. You will be having the first.com quick access menu in the right side. This is the right side. Expand this first.com quick access menu. So you will be having the first option called as view fields. Click on view fields. Now it will be listing out all the fields to you. So now here you will be having that standard fields section where we can see all the standard fields, like as ID will be the standard one which cannot be visible to you inside that list. You will be having the ID and the name, owner, created by, last modified by. These fields are common. Along with that, if you have created any custom fields, we can able to see that this is the custom fields and the relationships section. In this section, we can create something new. That flexibility is available here. Whatever the custom fields that you have created in the past, those will be getting visible to you over here inside the second section. Because Salesforce is differentiating what are ready-made, what are custom that you have defined, so that we can able to see in the two sections over here. This is the navigation process in order to see the fields available inside an object. And the next one. Now we will see what is the difference between standard field and a custom field. What is the difference over here? How can we understand? Now let's see practically here. So let me create a table so that you can understand more. So now here I'm creating a table. I'm giving the name as serial number, standard fields, custom fields. So now let's see what exactly is the standard field, what exactly is custom field. Now let's see. The first one. Standard field means what? These are the ready-made fields which has been given by the Salesforce to you. These are the ready-made fields provided by the Salesforce by default. So these are the ready-made fields which has been given by the Salesforce to us by default over here. I'm increasing the font. Now custom field means what? These are the fields which has been created by the developer or the administrator based on the application need. Based on the application need, the developer of that application or the administrator of that application can create their own custom fields. Nothing but these are the user defined fields. Now, the developer or administrator can create the fields inside the object to store application specific data. Application specific data based on the need. So those are called as custom fields. Nothing but if I am creating, this is my own. It's not belongs to the standard. It's my own. So that these are the custom fields where the developer people and the administrator people can create some fields inside this. This is the first difference. The second one. Now, can I customize the standard fields? Yes. Can I remove it? No. Standard fields cannot be removed because upon removing the standard fields, it will be impacting on the Salesforce CRM application functionality. So that here nothing but that column might be using in somewhere else in some feature, in some functionality inside the application. So at that time that functionality will be getting affected. So that Salesforce people will not allow you to remove that standard field. Now we can customize the standard fields, but we can't remove the field from the object. We can't remove the standard fields from the object. But when coming to the custom fields, we can customize it or we can remove the custom fields from the object if it is no longer needed. If it is not required for you in future, we can able to remove that custom field. Then how do you know? Let's see practically. Let's go to your Salesforce instance. Take any of the object here. For example, let's go to that account object where we have both standard and custom fields. Expand the first .com quick access menu. Click on view fields link. Now see here. So this is a standard fields section, account standard fields. Inside this we have so many fields are there. These are all are the fields. In the left side you will be having some action column. It will be indicating what operations we can perform on this field. Now it is indicating only edit, 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 edit. Every field will be having along with the edit option. Nothing but we can customize this. Okay, we can customize this. Now tell me, do we have any delete option over here? No, nothing but we can't remove this field because this is the standard one. Now, so that standard fields we can't remove, but we can change this label. For example, it is giving that our name like as account number. If you want to show like as customer number, then you can change it. That flexibility is there. We'll see how to do that practically. Now, come to the custom fields. Now observe this one. These are all the custom fields available inside your object. Now for each and every field, these are the fields are there. For each field, we are having edit, delete, edit, delete, edit, delete. Nothing but here, we are having that delete option also. Nothing but if this field is not required for you in the future, we can remove this field by using the delete option. So that custom fields we can customize or we can able to remove from the object also if it is no longer required for you. Next one. The third difference. Now tell me, can you create any more standard fields? No. We can't create any more standard fields inside the object. Inside the object. Now, can I create any custom fields? Yes, we can create. We can create the custom fields in an object. How? If it is a free developer edition, we can create maximum of 500. If it is unlimited edition, we can have maximum of 800 fields per an object over here. This is the limitation given by Salesforce. Now then, how can we show the proof? Now let's go back to that application. Now let's see, this is the standard fields section. Now do we have any new button to create this particular new field, new standard field? No, there is no option. Standard means ready-made one. It's not our own. Now in this case, we don't have any new button to create that standard fields, so that we can't create any more standard fields in the object. But when you come to that custom fields, here you will be having a section, nothing but custom fields a section. Inside that we have a button called as new button in order to create a new field inside this. Then how many? Just now we have discussed that particular limitations. Now in this case, when coming to that fields, we can create the custom fields, whatever you want, up to the limitation given by the Salesforce. But the standard fields, we can't create anymore. That is the third difference. Next one, the fourth difference over here. Each standard field contains two properties. First one is field label. Second one is the field name. So what is this field label and what is this field name? Field label is going to be representing the label information to be displayed in the user interface. So what exactly it is? Now let's see over here. For example, come to a scenario. Assume that I'm creating a table. My employee table here. I have created the employee table. So inside this table, I have created some columns like as employee ID, employee name, salary, age, and the department ID. So these are the columns I have created. And I'm giving these column names over here. Like as for the employee ID, we are using EID, name, sal, nothing but salary, age, and the department ID. So this is my employee table. So now how the people can manage the records inside this table? For that here I'm providing one graphical user interface. I'm providing a graphical user interface over here. This is the graphical user interface. In this graphical user interface, I'm providing some text boxes to enter the data to create these records inside this object. So for that here, I'm creating some fields over here. Nothing but I'm placing some text boxes. Like I'm placing that information. Like as the employee ID, employee name, salary, age, DID. So these are the columns are there. Okay, these are the columns are there inside my table. So that here based on these column names, I'm creating some fields. So I'm placing the text boxes to enter the data to create that record. So now to enter the employee ID, I'm placing one text box. I'm placing a text box over here. And to enter the employee name, I'm placing one more text box. And to enter the salary, I'm placing one more text box. To enter the age value, I'm placing one more text box. To enter the department ID, I'm placing one more text box. To save that record, I'm placing one button control. And to cancel that operation, I'm placing one more button control. Here I'm placing the button controls inside this. Now, this is the save button. And this is the cancel button. Two buttons are available. After entering the data inside these text boxes, when the user click on this particular save button, then automatically this record has to be get saved into this particular object over here. It will be saving the record into this object. Now, when coming to my business people, nothing but my customers, my partners, my end users, these people are not the technical guys, these people are the business people. So that here I have provided the user interface. So that simply they can enter some data, just click on save button. That's it. No need to write any code, no need to use any programming languages, no need to have any technical skills. Directly just by using this user interface, fill the data inside that user interface, click on that save button, record will be saved. So this is the process. So now here in this case, here they have provided so many text boxes, and here I have given some indication like as EID, name, SAL, age, DID. Then in this case, how can the people can understand what is this EID, what is this DID? Is it in a meaningful format? No. What is this EID? What is this DID? We can't understand. The people may not be understand properly. Some people can understand, but some people can't understand. What is this EID? What is this DID? They don't know. What is this simply the SAL? They can't understand. In this case, what happened? Instead of specifying the name like as EID, I would like to display a clear, meaningful format name. Like, I want to show the name like this. Instead of EID, I want to show that name, employee ID. Here this is the employee name. And this is, I want to give like as salary. I want to show like as salary. And then when coming to the DID, I don't want to show like as the DID, I want to show like as the department ID. Now tell me, is it in a meaningful format or not? Yes. No, there is no confusion now here in this case. The first text box is for employee ID, second text box is for last text box is for the department ID, so that the people can understand very clearly over here. So now in this case, what happened? When coming to my table, okay, when coming to my table, I'm having the columns with the name EID, name, SAL, age, and the DID. So these are the actual column names inside the table. And these are the labels information which we have in my user interface. In this case, when coming to this part, okay, whatever the label names are displaying in the user interface, these are called as field labels. Okay, these are called as field labels. This is called as field label. Field label means what? This is a label information or the static text information to be get displayed in the user interface. And whatever the column names that we have inside the table, EID, name, SAL, age, DID, these are called as, these are the field labels, these are field names. These are called as the field names. Field name means what? Actual column name inside the table. Okay, actual column name inside the table. Now tell me, whenever we are querying the data, whenever you are fetching the data through programmatically, okay, through programmatically, what we have to use? This is a field label or this field name? Field names. Always we have to use the field names because The field name is representing the actual column name inside the table. Because my data is there inside the table, not in the user interface. So that here, in order to query the data from that object, always we have to use that column names. So now that column name is nothing but the field name. So that here we have two properties are available for each and every field. First one is field label, second one is field name. Field label represents what? Field label is representing the actual static information or the label text to be visible in the user interface. And the field name is representing what? The actual column name inside the table. Okay, these are the two properties are available. Now let's see. The field label. It represents the label or the static text to be get displayed in the user interface. To be get displayed in the user interface. Field name means what? It represents the actual column name in the table. The actual column name in the table. Next one, when you go to that custom fields over here, each custom field contains, here also we are having the two properties. The first one is field label. This is exactly the same. This is exactly the same like as your normal. And the second one, API name, which represents the actual column name in the table. Which represents the actual column name in the table. So now API means what here? API in the sense application programming interface. Nothing but whenever we are going to be interacting with that application functionality through programming, then at that time we have to use API name. So now here in this case, what we have to use always to query the data through programmatically, we have to use always either field name if it is a standard one. If it is a custom field, then we have to use API name in order to query the data from that object over here. So now let's make a note of this one. I'm giving that note point. Always we have to use field name or API name to query the data from the object through programming. This is the note point over here. Now let's see practically here. Go to your Salesforce instance now. Now when you go to that standard field, it is having the property like as field label, field name. Okay, field label and the field name. So now for that here, field name is nothing but what? These are the column names available inside your table here. These are the column names available inside the table. So these are the labels which are displaying in the user interface. Okay, which are displaying in the user interface. The next one, when you come to that custom fields, here we are having that two properties are available. Field label and the API name. Okay, field label and the API name. So now here in this case, field label is representing what? It is representing the label or the static text to be get displayed in the user interface. And the API name is going to be representing the actual column name inside the table. Now, in this case here, come to the next difference. See, observe this one here in this case. Now, These field names are looking like as what? Nothing but these are the column names which are standard. Now, standard field names are looking like as what? Like as name, account number, owner, site, account to source, annual revenue, billing address, clean status, created by. These are looking like as what? Like as a normal words. Okay, these are also looking like as normal words. But when you come down to the custom field API names are looking like as what? Let's see. Active underscore underscore C, customer priority underscore underscore C, number of locations underscore underscore C, SLA underscore underscore C. Nothing but each and every field name will be post fixing with what? Underscore underscore C. Now this underscore underscore C means what? This is representing C means custom. This is not standard field, this is a custom field. Nothing but here, how can we identify whether the field is a standard one or custom one? Just by observing the name itself, just by observing the column name itself, we can understand whether this is a standard one or whether this is a custom one. If it is a standard, it will be having like as a normal word, like as a name, rating, industry, phone, fax, like that. But if it is a custom one, each and every column name will be post fixing with underscore underscore C. This underscore underscore C represents this is a custom. This is a custom which has been defined by the developer or the administrator. Now, so this is the difference over here. Whenever if you are querying the data through programmatically, then always we have to use these column names: active underscore underscore C, SLA underscore underscore C, SLA serial number underscore underscore C. Like that, we have to use these column names. Now, this is the fifth difference over here. Standard field names will be look like as normal words. Normal words. For example, name, rating, phone, industry, type, etc. These are the normal words. But when coming to the custom fields, each custom fields API name will be post fixing with underscore underscore C, where underscore underscore C represents custom. Underscore underscore C represents custom field. It represents, it is a custom field. So these are the various differences that we have between standard field and a custom field. Now, this is the concept of fields, and which we are having standard fields and the custom fields in Salesforce. Now here in this case, how can we create the fields? Whenever we are going to be creating the fields, we have to specify a data type, nothing but what type of value the column can hold, that we have to indicate, okay, what kind of value the column can hold. So in order to indicate that, Salesforce is providing so many data types. These are also called as field types. These are also called as field types in Salesforce. Nothing but upon creating each field by your own, then compulsorily we have to select that data type. The data type or the field type is indicating what type of value the column can hold. Now, upon creating a field, we have to select the data type or field type, which indicates what type of value the column can hold. What type of value the column can hold. In this case, what are the various data types are available? Salesforce provides a set of data types to you over here. Like it is providing the text type. Second one, text area. Third one, text area long. Fourth one, text area rich. Fifth one, email. Sixth one, phone. Seventh one, currency. Eighth one, checkbox. Ninth one, URL. Tenth one, pick list. 11th one, pick list multi-select. And the 12th one, date. And then date time. And then time. Time is a new data type which they have introduced in the winter 18 release. Nothing but in the current release they have given this latest data type over here. This is the new data type Salesforce people has introduced in this current release, that is winter 18. And you will be having percent. Number data type. And you will be having text encrypted. And you will be having geolocation. And then we have auto number. So these are the various data types are available here in Salesforce. Now, this each and every data type will be having some specific properties. Okay, each data type will be having some specific properties. So now in this case, whenever we are creating a new field inside the object, we have to select any one of this data type. Based on this data type, it will create the column, and along with this, it will be representing on the user interface by default. So in this case, what is the functionalities of each and every data type and their properties we'll be discussing tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we are discussing about these data types, nothing but the field types and their properties. And from there, we'll see how to create the fields inside the object. From there, we'll be move forwarding to the other functionalities of Salesforce. Like as how to create the field, how to customize the user interfaces, relationships, everything we'll see practically one by one. Okay.